Let's build a strategy from scratch. This is the core of raw edge. You're basically stacking conditions on top of each other. No code, just clicks. So up top, I'll pick euro dollar on the 4-hour chart. It loads about 5,000 candles, which gives us around 2.5 years of data to test with. I'll start by adding an indicator in the indicator section. For this example, I will use RSI. I will now go back to the strategy chain and add a condition for the RSI. I want the RSI to identify oversold markets, so I want the condition to trigger when the RSI crosses below 30. To do this, you just pick RSI 14, set it to crossing down and type 30. Done. When RSI dips below 30, that condition is met. Simple as that. Now I'll add a structural condition, a fair value gap. A feature here is that I can set this one to the daily chart while my RSI stays on the 4-hour time frame. So you're getting multi-timeframe analysis without any extra work. And for a third condition, candle bias set to bullish. So now the strategy says RSI goes oversold, there's a fair value gap on the daily, and the current candle is bullish. All three have to line up before anything happens. There's over 50 conditions to choose from. Your standard indicators like EMA and MACD, structural stuff like order blocks and liquidity grabs, and price action patterns like Engulfing and Doji. You can turn any of them on and off to see what difference they make. Over in the entry and exit tab, I've got 3 ways to enter. Market just gets you in on the next candle. Structural places a limit order at a zone. Pullback waits for a retrace. I'll keep it simple with market. For the stop loss, I'll use ATR at 1.5 times with the ATR period set to 10. There's about 7 different stop methods. Fixed pips, percentage, swing level, whatever suits your style. For take profits, I'll split across 2 levels. 50% at 1-to-1 and 50% at 2-to-1. That way you're banking profit as it moves, but still letting the rest run. I'll add a trailing stop that moves up to the last TP level each time one gets hit. Under risk, you can set the percentage risk per trade, position split, the account balance, max open trades, and max trades per day. Under sessions and spread, you can use your broker's live spread, add commissions, and even turn off certain trading sessions. Now to test the strategy that you just built. Hit run, and the engine goes through every candle, checks your conditions, and simulates the trades with realistic spread and commission. You get 3 views. Chart shows all your trades plotted on the candles. Stats gives you the equity curve, drawdown, win rate, profit factor, all the numbers you need. And trades lists every single trade so you can dig into the detail. Once you're happy, save it. Everything gets stored, every condition, every setting. If the results were no good, you can go back and make simple changes and run the strategy again and again. For example, on this example, we only built the long trades. To add short trades, we go back to strategy chain and click mirror to short, which will replicate the strategy in the opposite direction. No need to duplicate everything manually. We can then run the strategy again.